GT Holidays, South India's #1 travel brand.
GUVI, a vernacular edutech brand, skilling everyone everywhere.
There was a time where I was in a film, in a South film that I did. I shot for 2-3 days, and after that I got to know through media that I was replaced. There have been times where you've gone auditioned, gotten to the moment where okay, almost final होने पे चीजें आई हैं, लेकिन you get replaced by someone who is a known face or someone who is a known face's child. Like nepotism happens. When you are in TV, people again have this preconceived notion that this is a TV actor, and with TV actor comes that whole tag of being, you get typecast. I have not heard that comment, but I have heard that will they be able to not do their TV acting? Even though I didn't want to do perform in a certain way, I used to get calls from the channel or the production house कि नहीं भाई हम लोग TV कर रहे हैं, थोड़ा इसको और over the top करो. I was like मुझसे नहीं होगा, fake लगेगा. I was forcing myself to move on in life, and it was a part where I don't know, there were relationships that I were in, but I was okay to put it out there, but the other person wasn't. There used to be fans who used to be like, oh, आप तो टीवी पे ऐसे दिखती हो, लेकिन रियल लाइफ में तो आप तो बहुत ही आप खाना नहीं खाते हो क्या? I've gone through a lot because of being thin, and it has cost me a lot of projects. It has cost me, my self-esteem was very low. As a child, when someone keeps calling you like Suki Bombay, kakdi, all of these things, it's not a nice thing. You're labeling that person to believe that you are that person.
We are actually living in very good times. I remember 5 years back when we would be doing interviews. In fact, in the media, there was this adage that, oh, you're doing an interview with a TV actor, you're doing an interview with a film actor, you're doing an interview with an OTT actor. Film actors wouldn't want to be doing OTT projects. I think the lines are blurring and almost blurred. And today I have Erica joining me for a conversation on Galatta, India, who possibly has always wanted to see this change. Thank you for doing this. How have you been? I didn't even know that you've shifted, like you told me. What on earth is this?
Yeah, but I am still here, very much here, present for my work and everything. I keep traveling back and forth. So yeah, it's just the base that I've shifted, the house that I've shifted.
But why?
I don't know, I just wanted to explore a different
country.
Area. Yeah.
But you have been you've never conformed to industry norms, you've never been the typical heroine, you've never done everything that a typical heroine or a new actor or new generation actor would be doing. In the beginning, when you take those choices, Erica, I want to ask you this, that when you take anything which is a little different from other actors your age, how many times has it met with resentment from people around you? Like,
of course, people are there to, criticize your decisions and to always oppose your decisions, because they are not living your life. They are not making decisions for you. They only think that they can do that for you according to their own convenience. But at the end of the day, you're the person who's making that decision for yourself. And you have to live with if you had not to make this decision, you would have had to live with that regret. I could have done that, but I didn't do it. Why? Because I thought society will say this. Why did she do this? Or why did she do that? I don't live according to what society has to say. So that I've always been a rebel like that. When I was a child also, with my parents also, they know I've always been that rebel, and I want to do what I want to do. I really don't care about the 10 people around me, what they would say.
But when you started off, from the time, have you seen the shift? Today you're doing a web series, right? We're seeing you in Love Adhura, which is releasing. But it has taken so many years for you to even get there, right?
Correct.
How difficult has it been? कितने सारे हालात और कितने सारे events ऐसे गए जहाँ पे you have had to face rejection?
Of course, there have been. There was a time where I was in a film, in a South film that I did. I shot for 2-3 days, and after that I got to know through media that I was replaced. So that also was there. That was a different thing. Then again, I've been asked questions of why not Bollywood. So there have been times where you've gone auditioned, gotten to the moment where okay, almost final होने पे चीजें आई हैं, लेकिन you get replaced by someone who is a known face or someone who is a known face's child, like nepotism happens. And then all of those contributes to whatever experiences or how you kind of proceed with whatever comes next, correct? So when I came from movie to TV, again people question me why from movie you're going to TV. For me that didn't matter, because for me my work is my work and I take pride in my work, be it any platform or any format. I came to TV. Now when you are in TV, people again have this preconceived notion that this is a TV actor, and with TV actor comes that whole tag of being, you get typecast, and then you're like, will they be able to perform in a certain manner? So that is why it took time to come to OTT, and I had to take that break, a very necessary break from TV, just so that I could break away from that image that was created then. So now that is slowly kind of, you know, fading away, and I've moved in.
But Erika, you know, most TV actors have actually spoken about this, jahan pe hota hai ki, you know, a lot of TV actors have come and said that they are the best at time management, because you guys do 16 to 18 hours shifts, and it becomes difficult because you're so good at time management that you know how to shoot and how to like manage everything. But that is not respected, because when you audition for films after doing a TV show, then all they see is that, oh, you're overexposed. Have you faced those things also? What was the most ridiculous thing that you have?
Overexposed? No, I have not heard that comment, but I have heard that will they be able to not do their TV acting?
Yeah.
Because obviously there is a certain way we perform on TV, because that is required from us.
Absolutely.
But that doesn't mean that that is the only thing we can do. Just today, even my director has put out a post where he said, I didn't know that a TV actor could do this. And he said that to me in the past, because that is the mindset of people.
Yeah.
And they think that, you know, once you are in TV, and after a certain point of time, when you do TV for way too long, there is a point where you get very accustomed to behaving or acting. It just becomes a very natural part of you, and you have to really break from it. You really have to give your time, give yourself that time, that you realize that no, you know, I have to get out of this zone and go into another more natural, subtle way of performing. And right from the beginning, even though I didn't want to do perform in a certain way, I used to get calls from the channel or the production house कि नहीं भाई हम लोग TV कर रहे हैं, थोड़ा इसको और over the top करो. I was like, मुझसे नहीं होगा, fake लगेगा, because I am not somebody, but I used to push myself to whatever I could. Yeah, the demands were, but I still couldn't do it. So when I came here on this side, they say no, grass is always greener on the other side. But when I came here, I think I could be more myself, more into the character. I could give more to it, because you are getting a lot of challenges that are being thrown your way, and then you put in so much of effort also. So you are always kicked about what you're going, and it's a short span that you're going to perform for. It's not like every day.
We are actually seeing you after so many years, to be very honest. And now that you said that you took a necessary break, when I see the promo initially, like my friend told you, that initially it starts off like all happy and you know, hitchhiking, and everybody thinks that oh, it's gonna head to a romantic track, but then all guns blazing, there's an entire grey side, there's a dark side to your character, which possibly will get revealed on the show. How interesting is it for you, or do you think for female actors to get such roles? Because today there are many female actors who could play such roles, but there was, जब हम लोग बड़े हो रहे थे, वो एक ही गुप्त था, एक ही शबाना आजमी थी, एक ही वैसे रोल्स बहुत कम लिखे जाते थे. तो यहाँ पे एटलीस्ट वो हालात भी बदल.
Times are changing, and it is necessary for people to see the potential in women too.
Yeah.
And for me, moreover, it was important for me to do something different, because I also want to showcase कि मैं और क्या कर सकती हूँ. See, when I did the horror short film with Amazon Mini only, so that was again something even I surprised myself with, because I had never ventured into that genre, and this is also different. This is also new to me. I have never played something in a negative zone. No, I wouldn't say
it's a grey zone.
It's a grey zone. It's not a negative.
You never know.
And it is very layered. Nandita's character is very layered, because she behaves differently with every person. So you don't know exactly कि वो है कौन. So it's like that.
And I want to ask you that this is called love adhura.
Right.
जिंदगी में कभी ऐसा हुआ है जहाँ पे लगा कि आपका इश्क अधूरा रह गया, या फिर हर किसी की अधूरी इश्क की, अधूरे प्यार की कहानी होती है, तो आपकी क्या है?
So जब तक कोई ऐसा नहीं मिलता कि लगे कि इश्क पूरा हो गया, तब तक तो कहानी अधूरी ही रह जाती है.
That's true. But you know, there was a point of time I remember that you had put out a picture and you had not revealed who it was. And
Correct.
This is years ago. And there were a lot of speculations, XYZ. How do you deal with, are you single right now?
Yes.
So how do you deal with heartbreak? Is there a defense to that? Have you become better?
I've had heartbreak only once. But even the post that you're talking about was a post that, long story short, I had to, in a way, I was forcing myself to move on in life. And it was a part where, I don't know, there were relationships that I were in, but I was okay to put it out there, but the other person wasn't. And I had to be respectful towards that.
Yeah.
And then after that, with a lot of, everyone evolves, and so did I. And I also felt that, not everything needs to be out there. And when time is right, even I'll be that person. I'm going to be that person now who's going to protect my relationship, because I feel that things, when they go out and when they overexpose something, nazar lag jati hai.
That's true.
And I don't want that to happen now, because that's not what I'm getting into a relationship for. Like, nazar lag jati hai, and then once I think I'm married is when I will let the world know that I am married now.
So are you lying to me right now?
No, I'm not.
No, I'm just kidding.
I will see, if I'm in a relationship, I will say, but I will not
say who is it.
say who it is.
But at that point, because you have always been a very outgoing, very emotional and sensitive girl, although people who don't know you wouldn't know that, because you have that fierce exterior. You're like a coconut. You might seem very tough, but internally you are a very soft girl at heart, and people who know you know that.
Okay.
But I want to know that at that point, was it difficult for you? Because there has been a relationship in my life also where I feel like I wanted to speak about it, but the other person, and then when it breaks apart, people would be like, "Acha, but wasn't it one-sided?" And those are the questions that are asked, and that hurts you more. Was it difficult for you at that point?
At that point, at that stage, things are very different. When there is a heartbreak, you don't know how to cope. There are so many things that you keep thinking about, or you think of what ifs. What if I had done this like this, or done that like that? And how much ever you try, if something is not meant to be, it's not meant to be. And if suppose something is meant to be, it will happen by hook or crook. It is in God's hand and it's in destiny. So when things have to happen, it will.
But sometimes these kind of experiences make you very cynical about the whole idea of love. You tend to question love. That is also a human tendency.
See, to be honest, I have been single since the past 3 years now. I know what you're saying, and that has happened. But I have the same thoughts. What you're trying to say right now is because I am not ready.
Yeah,
I'm not ready anymore for it. Like, when I am ready, I think things will fall into place.
How do you take those rejections? And I remember that interview that you had done with a friend of mine, Bhavna. And you had spoken about how people have also commented on how you look and your body and your color, and how that has also cost you a lot of those projects. But today, there is an Amazon Mini TV that goes beyond all of that and only looks at your art, because they've repeated you in another project. And people would repeat you only when they like your work ethic and who feel that you deliver, right? How do you look back at those days? Were those days difficult?
They were difficult, of course, and that was because I was very skinny then. Today, I can't say the same, because from that till now, I have gained weight. And when I look back at those days, I myself, I'm like, damn, I was that skinny. So now I am thinking, I'm like, this is what people were talking about,
Yeah.
So, but again, see, with those kind of rejections and everything that happened, it just made me stronger. It just helped me to deal with things in a better way.
But what were the worst things that you had to hear that time? And do you think that has changed today?
See, people had asked me, first of all, there used to be fans who used to be like, oh, आप तो टीवी पे ऐसे दिखती हो, लेकिन रियल लाइफ में तो आप तो बहुत ही आप खाना नहीं खाते हो क्या? This is, and in my head I'm like, and this is a healthy looking female coming and saying this to me. I could say the same thing, because fat shaming and thin shaming is body shaming.
Absolutely.
So if I had to say ki, in my mind, I was like, she's telling me that I have not eaten, And what is she doing? Eating her own children's food also. So it is on the same level, right?
Yeah,
but I
it
don't mention that because I'm not you
Yeah.
to say that to you. I know what I have dealt with in the past. I've gone through a lot because of being thin. And it has cost me a lot of projects. It has cost me, my self-esteem was very low when I was in school and when I was in college. And that's why I think, I don't know, maybe that is why I became an introvert or kept to myself. And that really damages one's confidence.
Absolutely.
You know? So, as a child, when someone keeps calling you like Suki Bombil, Kakdi, all of these things, it's not a nice thing. You're labeling that person to believe that you are that person.
Yeah.
So you're putting that thing in the person's head, and then the person will keep on thinking
that something is wrong with
me, which I did for a very long time. And then later on, I started accepting. I was like, now what? If the world has to accept me, I have to accept myself first.
Yeah.
I stopped doing any of those things. When COVID happened, I just started putting on weight. I was only taking care of what I was eating. I didn't do anything extra. And I started gaining weight. And someone told me something. They said, once you get away from negativity and you're happy internally, that stress will be thrown off, which the weight that you have on your shoulder will be all gone away, and then you see the difference in how you look. And that's when I started gaining weight, because it was all of that was overburdening me. There was so much of stress and about what other people were saying about me, about my appearance, about these things. People were commenting about my voice, people were commenting about how I looked on screen, and acceptance is what made the whole change.
Absolutely. Every love story, even the one that you have towards yourself, oneself, starts with acceptance.
Yep.
And I'm happy that you've accepted yourself the way you are, because people who love you and who have complete love and not Adhura love for you will always accept you the way you are. You are the same Erica that I had known. Although this is our first conversation, I've seen, I've met, I've known you for a really, really long time. And I can tell you that internally, that Erica has not changed, only become more confident, and definitely become very, very accepting towards your own self. And that's what you need. All the best for this one.
Thank
and
you.
I hope, like we planned, we have to have a longer conversation very soon.
Definitely.
Thank you.
GT Holidays, South India's #1 travel brand.
GUVI, a vernacular edutech brand, skilling everyone everywhere.